So the topic is very simple today. The do's and don'ts of uh, don'ts while adding the service projects in Rotary India. So I'm sure all of us know that how we can add the projects in Rotary India. So what I'll do is before getting into the do's and don'ts, I'll just give a brief on the concept of how to add projects and the features which is available in that, maybe for another 5 7 minutes. Then I'll get into the action of the do's and don'ts. Yeah. So I'm sure all of us know how to log in. Login is simple. Click on the admin button, and when you log in, you'll have to type your mobile number. And in case you do not know your password as a club admin, you can click on the forgot password. You'll get an email with the password and you can log into this. So once you log in, you will come to this place. Now let's get directly into this part of the topic of today, that's on the service projects or the majorly all this avenue of service. Now there is a button called as club service, community service, vocational service, international service, new generation service, and public image initiative. For the people who are joined maybe after long time into masterclass, or people are not seen this earlier. Earlier there were only two buttons. There was only club meeting and there was service projects. Now what we have done is we have broken that service projects into community, vocational, international, and new generation as per the Rotary structure, and we have added one more button called as public image initiative. So I just want to give a brief about the whole process before we go further. So what is a club service? Most important for us to understand, club service is nothing but the events of my club. It has got nothing to do with the community service, nothing to do with the charity, nothing to do with anything else. Like the starting from your installation, your board of directors meeting, your general body meeting, your speaker meeting, your fellowship, your cultural meeting, anything happening in the club is all coming into club service. Do not mix it with community service. Examples, when I go to club service, wow, there's a meeting of 5th of June is already added here. So I'll just click on this. Here it's very specific. Meeting type is regular, fellowship, BOD, assembly, trust. So that means only these five type of meetings do come here in the club meeting. Nothing else come here. Okay, so that means, so let me just show you a pop-up once. Pranav, just tell me whether the pop-up comes when I click on the meeting. Can you see a message here that the
Yeah, yeah,
date
it was
I
visible.
will enter is for a meeting or an event conducted by my club, that is installation, Navaratri celebration, weekly meeting, etc. It is not a community, vocational, international, new generation service like a blood camp, whatever. Please note the content posted here will be displayed in the various websites. Now, when I click on I agree, I come to the screen of the club meeting or the club service. So where I have option to add the title, description, attendance of for a specific meeting, and I can also add an agenda and minutes and add photographs. Now, why this is important? Why club service adding is important? Now, to for all the club leaders who are going to take over as a president in the next 3 days, friends, starting from your installation till the end of your year, you may have around 40 to 40, around 48 meetings normally in a club. So between 45 and 48 meetings, what most of the clubs do. Now, these information can be stored here. First question is, why do you want to store it here? So when you enter this, this data does not go to rotary.org, nor rotary.org is interested to know about a club meeting. But when you add this information here, this information will go to your district website. It will also go to your club website in case your club has a integrated website, that is a Rotary India integrated website. It also goes into your club. So what goes there? That means once my project meeting is over, it is not an upcoming event notification. When my meeting is over, imagine that today morning I had a meeting of my club. Now I'm entering this like a report. That means today morning, what was the meeting? Let's say now today morning was my installation as a president and BOD. So I'll say installation of President Narendra Rao and Board of Directors XYZ in my club. After that, I write, okay. We had chief guest Mr. Gansham Das, who helped us in coloring the entry, whatever the story. The event happened in Sonia so and so thing. We had so many ants and ants and etc. were part of it. Beautiful. You can write that. After that, I'll show the screen again. I write the content and then I write the attendance. Attendance, please do not add the attendance of your guest or other members here. Imagine my club had got 100 members, then so now in this club the number of members are less. So I'll write say 45 members, 43 members, 41 members. That means 97.62 attendance of this club, and this is a regular meeting. Date was example say today, and I can add up to 5 photograph, and each photograph I can also write the content for the photograph. I can go to example, I select a specific photograph and I can add, of course now this is not it's a project event. So now all the event photograph, that is your coloring, your chief guest is talking about it, all this information can be added here. And in case you want to have an agenda and minutes, you can also add here. Now what is the do's and don'ts in the club service? First, most important part, my request to you, your description should be proper. We have up to 900 characters for the description. So you can beautifully write about the thing. Second, most important part, grammars. Do not in a hurry write something from a mobile with the errors of spelling. I'll tell you why. This data is not going to be deleted. Of course, you can edit it, but it is not going to be deleted. That means after 10 years, I want to go back and see as a president what all I did. I can just click on it and see the story. That means you are actually writing it like a lot of people have this habit of writing in the notes book. This is my story on the day one, day two, day three of my. So you are actually writing the first meeting story in your club. So ensure that there is no grammar mistakes. There are a lot of tools available in case we are not conversant with English, nothing to worry. There are tools available like Grammarly. There are a lot of things available. You can rectify that. Go to Word, copy paste the content in Word, and Word can check the spellings, check everything is fine, and save it. Why? This is going to be seen in the district website. This is going to be seen in the club website. This also goes into your club's monthly report. This also goes for your governor's official visit or OCV. That means I want the quality output to be seen there as a president. I'm sure all of us, as presidents or as secretaries or the team members, want a good language to be used here. Use the tools available readily where you can write those and enter them. इन केस आपने कुछ गलती कर दिया, नथिंग टू वरी. आपको ऑप्शन है एडिट करने का है. यू कैन गो एंड एडिट एंड रेक्टिफाई दैट. So in this, you can write everything about the club. It can be a Doctor's Day celebration, Teachers' Day celebration. These are not projects. These are all going to be club service. You can add all these things here. Chartered Accountants Day celebration, August 15th का कुछ function हुआ. I'll tell you why I'm saying this very specifically. When we come to projects, we'll come to know the difference between this and thing. सो क्लब सर्विस इज समथिंग वेयर मेरा क्लब ने कुछ एक्टिविटी किया, प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है, कोई कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट नहीं किया, बट हम लोग ने कुछ सेलिब्रेशन किया, हम लोग ने इंस्टॉलेशन किया, हम लोग ने जनरल बॉडी मीटिंग किया, हम लोग ने बीओडी मीटिंग किया. सो दिस रिपोर्टिंग which is required for our district governor, which is required for you as a memory for your for lifetime, you need to enter this here, and you can add up to 5 photographs. So I'm sure all of us are clear on this part. I'm not going to the depth of this part because my focus majorly is going to be on the do's and don'ts of the service projects. Now I go to this community service. Now can you see this? The Rotary Club of New Delhi has already added around 10 to 50, 20 projects here. Now I'm adding a project. So when I add a project, what is the pop-up I get? Can you read the pop-up here? That data that I will enter is for a community service projected by my club that has benefited my community. Example, heart surgeries, tree plantation, etc. It is not a club meeting, it is not a fellowship meeting, it's not a club celebration or any other miscellaneous event. Or example say Doctors Day celebration, birthday anniversary celebration of members, Navratri celebration is not what we need to enter here. Please note that the content posted here will be displayed in Rotary India website, district website, club monthly report, Rotary India integrated club website. Now when I click on I agree, then comes into this box. Now just see the points here. Please just don't blindly click on these buttons. First question, very specific here. Is it a one-time project or is it an ongoing project? Why am I collecting this information? Please understand, imagine you're doing a tree plantation, which is a one-time project. You may not do the tree plantation every day. Example. Then you have to select one time project. What is the ongoing project? Imagine your club has got a eye bank or a blood bank or something which are a hospital where you have continuously projects happening in the same premise or a same project but multiple times. Then you can select the option of ongoing project. Once you select ongoing project, it will ask you, is it a new ongoing project or an existing ongoing project? So currently this club has not added any ongoing or a repeat project, so it does not give a drop down, or else it will give a drop down to write the name of that ongoing project. Example, now I selected a new ongoing project, it will take me to add a new ongoing project here, and then I can write the new ongoing project. But in case mine is a one time project, I just have to click on the one time project and I can go further on this. So I can select one time or ongoing and continuously do the work. Now title, description. Again, sir, I request to everybody here, the description should be crisp and quality description. Location of the project, area of focus. Here the biggest mistake that we do. We do not read this and we directly go to others and enter the data. Please do not do that mistake. My request to everybody, select this in the right structure. Example, if you're doing a project on environment, don't go to others and enter it. Go to environment, select the drop down here. If you're doing a project on example say basic educational literacy, go to education or literacy project. In this there's a beautiful list here. Let's say you're doing something on a e-learning, there's a proper drop down here. Now what normally we make a mistake here is we don't have the patience, click in others and just enter it. Do not that make them, because what we have done is we have taken a lot of efforts in terms of categorizing and subcategorizing the projects that need to be uploaded. The reason again here is in rotaryindia.org, I can filter the information according to that. Imagine that your club has done a project in the water and sanitation and you have done a project on check dams. Tomorrow, if you want to know how many projects are done in the check dams in India, you'll be able to get that and you'll be able to see your club there. But in case आपने others में डाल दिया तो I will not be able to filter that easily. So my request to everybody, that's what the major do's and don'ts में आप ये जगह पे जो drop down है वो select करके कर लीजिए. 99% of the project that you do is there inside this. In case you do something which is beyond this, then of course you have option of others. That to preferably use this 7 areas of focus. I'm sure all the project that you do comes under 7 area of focus. If it does not, of course, you have others. But if it comes under any of this, imagine you're doing a project which is connected to maternal and child health, but drop down में ये चीज में आपका नहीं है, then go to others and do it. It will still go to the category of maternal and child health for us. Then comes date. This is not the date of a story which upcoming event, it's a project which is completed. So I'm going to write today's date. Project cost, ये जो cost and the beneficiaries में do not put any wrong figures, because कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आप there are a lot of people who write 10,000 beneficiaries. मेरे को बता दीजिए, to get 10,000 beneficiaries आपको कितना बड़ा हॉल चाहिए. Imagine you are, even if you're giving one thali free to everybody for 10,000 people, which is not a joke. So do not put figures like 10,000 beneficiaries, 1 lakh beneficiaries. I'm just telling you the random thing. I saw one project, that particular club did a candle march for what? To support a specific cause. By the example, they are supporting the rape victims. They made a candle march in MG Road of a specific city. Example, the city of Patna. Now, that particular gentleman wrote the cost is buying the candle, say 1000 रुपया, and beneficiaries कितना लिखा है उसने, 1 crore 39 lakhs. अरे, how do we get this number? How do we get 1 crore 39, sorry, 139 crore? That means what he did was the candle marches to support the entire country. So 139 crores beneficiaries are. And immediately that was seen by the Rotary International Director, and they called me. Narendra, how can the beneficiary be so much? Then when we filtered, we found that that candle march gentleman had put 139 crores. So what is the actual beneficiaries? What is a beneficiary? Which is most important for us to understand. What is a beneficiary? Imagine that today I'm doing a heart surgery. Beneficiary is one person. I'm doing heart surgery as one person. Or if I'm donating 10 cycles, beneficiary is those 10 cycles. You can't write 10 cycles दिया वो घर पे सब जगह पे 10-10 लोग हैं, so 100 beneficiaries. Do not do that. वो number से कुछ भी value नहीं है. Beneficiary is that particular thing. So that has got more genuinity in that. Second, target. There are some clubs who do 500 projects in a month, in a year. How can you do 500 projects in a year? There is no way you can do 500 projects in a year because there are no 500 days. In a day you do 2 projects. Anything. आज जाके मैं किसको मिला? I went and met my old school teacher and put a shawl on him. A project. Are you doing a beneficial? Is he a beneficiary of your shawl? Is that considered as a project? Or I went and met someone, shook hands with him, a project है. ये प्रोजेक्ट का क्या वैल्यू? आपका क्लब का वैल्यू कम हो जाएगा. इट इज नॉट इंक्रीजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ योर क्लब. Instead, I did one heart surgery, spent $40,000, is a quality project, then saying I went and met someone, shook hands with him, or I sent 5 pamphlets of something to someone and did a project. Like there are a lot of clubs who have written that we did pamphlet distribution, we did this, we did that, a project. एंड एवरी डे दे राइट. आज भी मैंने 5 पैम्पलेट दिया, आज भी मैंने एंड पोलियो नाउ का पैम्पलेट दिया. डिड यू डू पोलियो करेक्टिव सर्जरी? नो, मैंने पोलियो का पैम्पलेट भेजा और मैंने इंस्टाग्राम में मैसेज डाला एंड पोलियो नाउ एक प्रोजेक्ट है. डू यू फील दैट यू गेट रेस्पेक्टेड बाय डूइंग दैट? नो. Rather, the world who's seeing that project will laugh at our Rotary saying that a kya project dala hai? How can you consider this as a project? Is this what Rotary does? And say that they are doing a community service. So the most important, because your year is starting in next 3 days, your story will start from July 1st. Do not put junk information in Rotary India. In case we see that, we will just delete them because we do not respect such content as a project. Why? Because we do not want the numbers. We do not want to say we have 2,88,000 projects, but out of that 2 lakh are junk, only 88 are good quality. Do you feel that your club is going to be considered in that 2 lakh, or do you want it to be club to consider in the 88,000 where there's a quality project? So friends, this is the most important part of today's discussion, where what is the quality. Second is photograph. 99% of the photographs that people do is a banner. हमारा क्लब का बैनर और मैं खड़ा हूँ, मेरा सेक्रेटरी खड़ा है, मेरा बीओडी खड़ा है. सर, ये प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है. Or madams here, this is not a project, this is not a photograph. Photograph that you do should be a action photograph. What is an action photograph? Let's say you are donating a cycle, then that girl or a boy who's collecting the cycle with a smile on her or his face is an action photograph. आपका photograph important नहीं है sir. People are desperate. As a president, as a secretary, मेरा photograph सब जगह पे दिखना चाहिए. नहीं वैल्यू है. Rather, these photographs are also used by Rotary News Trust, are used by a lot of magazines for adding it. In case it only sees 5-6 people standing like this and the photograph, cycle भी नहीं दिख रहा है, girl भी नहीं दिख रहा है, but photo दिख रहा है. That is, but we are given a cycle. We need to search for a cycle in the photograph. We will not find a cycle in the photograph. और other time में this is like this, standing like this, giving and the chair up. अरे जरूरत नहीं है, your face is not required, that is not required. Just example, if you're doing a heart corrective surgery, let that patient and the hospital be there. आपका फोटो नहीं चाहिए. Don't take me wrongly, your photograph you put that in the club service. In the project, use the quality output. Let the banner of your club be there, because let the public know that it is done by Rotary Club of New Delhi, Rotary Club of Patna, Rotary Club of Thane, whatever. Let it be there. But आपका जो turn करके जो photograph है, which is not required. It is like you typically taking a selfie. 70% is you, 30% is the rest of the world. वो चीज का कुछ भी मीनिंग नहीं है. So this is a mistake that we do. I have seen hundreds and thousands of photographs where 75% or 80% is was president, secretary and the 3-4 past presidents of the club, and the beneficiaries जो है ना वो कॉर्नर पे है, एंड बेचारा वो कोशिश कर रहे हैं मेरा भी चेहरा दिखने दो, नहीं दिख रहा है. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज द थिंग. मीनिंग नहीं है सर, इसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. इससे अच्छा शो ए फोटोग्राफ विच इज एक्चुअली in action, because I'm 100% sure every club who's sitting here are doing great projects. You have a great dream, you're going to do great projects. 10 साल के बाद आपको आपका चेहरा देखने को मजा नहीं आएगा, बट वो जो बेनिफिशियरी का उसका जो चेहरा है ना वो देखने में जो मजा है वो आपका चेहरा में नहीं है. सो डू नॉट टेक मी रॉन्गली इन माई लैंग्वेज. सो you will be so happy to see that beautiful smile on that girl who has got a simple chappal. So imagine आपने स्कूल बैग्स और चप्पल भी दिया, बट उसका स्माइल जो है, दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस. एंड 10 साल के बाद you will feel so nice to see that girl who's now maybe 10 year older than today, but उसका जो smile था, where she was so happy to get that nice gift from your club, is much more valuable than your 70% photograph and 20% of the cycle and 1% or a 10% of that girl's photograph. So please understand this. Then comes the cost. Even the cost we have seen, they put exorbitant figures. This data is not going to an income tax department. This data is not going to somebody to audit your thing. This data is just information that for this project, a practical cost can. I'll tell you what's the benefit of this. Let me give a simple example. Let's say now today you are doing a project on building a toilet in a supporting the economically backward community. Now imagine Colonel KJS Aneja ji has done a beautiful toilet, and he wrote that toilet cost 12,225 rupees. Now my club is building a toilet and हम लोग ने कुछ भी करे, हम लोग को 20,000 से नीचे टॉयलेट नहीं बन रहा. But when I see Colonel KJS Aneja has done 12,225 में टॉयलेट बनाया है, I'll feel like first calling up and asking the boss, मेरा 20,000 का नीचे नहीं बन रहा है, how can you make it at 12,225 rupees? Can you help me do that? So who's going to call you? A random Rotarian from any part of the country or world will call and ask, Anuja ji, how did you get this figure? So can you help us in doing similar project? Would you like to support that club? Yes or no? Message in the group chat, yes or no. Would you like to be happily share this is the cost of the project which I done? Yes, so I just want a message in the thing. Yes. Someone is saying no. You want to keep the secret for yourself. That's fine, Ashokaji. So, but see, you will be feeling good to say, boss, yes, this is the cost that I had done it, and I would like to share my idea to you, where how you could build a toilet at 12,000. That means if I have a budget of say 50,000 bucks, instead of building only 2 toilets, I can build 4 toilets. Why? Because Colonel KJS Aneja is supporting me to do this. For that reason, the actual cost is needed. We do not need exorbitant figures there. Means ignore this, and ये चीज कौन देखने वाला है? Sir, बहुत लोग देखता है, and they will either respect you or laugh at you. So in case you want, okay, wow, this club is in a genuine project where I can see that this is the project which is done at this much of cost, and this is the number of beneficiaries. Then comes the type of funding. Why do we need this? Is it a global grant? Is it a district grant? Is it a CSR? Is it a self-funded or by the other agencies? Do not write anything wrong here. Imagine you write a global grant, but आपका global grant नहीं है, and just write some junk in this. We are done. We have seen a lot of people. What we normally do is we actually check with the clubs who has done a global grant projects. Because in India, we get a figure from the Rotary.org, this many global grants projects are done. But in Rotary India, we'll see that another 100 projects are added compared to that. That means someone has added a wrong data. उसका कोई मीनिंग नहीं है. आपका क्लब ने ग्लोबल ग्रैंड एक्चुअली किया रहेगा तो एंट्री कर दीजिए. जस्ट टू गेट ए अवार्ड इन द एंड ऑफ द ईयर, योर डिस्ट्रिक्ट गवर्नर आल्सो इज गोइंग टू चेक इट. ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू ब्लाइंडली जंप एंड गिव यू द अवार्ड्स. सो डू नॉट बी इन ए रॉन्ग इंप्रेशन दैट मेरा क्लब ने 500 प्रोजेक्ट किया, मेरा क्लब ने 700 प्रोजेक्ट किया, सो मेरा अवार्ड ज़्यादा मिलेगा कंपेयर टू अदर क्लब्स. नो, विच इज़ नॉट ट्रू, रादर विच इज़ गोइंग टू गिव ए बैड नेम फॉर योर क्लब. So in the funding also, select the right thing. Imagine you got a CSR, write it is a CSR. And most of the club projects are normally self-funded or supported by somebody else. You can select the option of self-funded because we'll be able to filter that data. And I explained about beneficiaries. There's one more thing I want to share about the beneficiaries. In case you give beneficiaries which is more than 1,000, the system triggers a communication, an email to the zonal coordinators. So zonal coordinators will have to approve it. Why we have done this is to avoid that candle march thing. We do not want a wrong figure to come there. We do not want, see, up to 1,000 beneficiary itself is a tough thing. I don't know how I can make a project right now thinking where I'll have 1,000 beneficiaries, which is a very big thing to do. But I'll see every alternate project is 1,000 beneficiaries, 1,500 beneficiaries, 2,000 beneficiaries, 5,000 beneficiaries. अरे 5,000 लोगों को साथ में इकट्ठा करने को कितना काम है? It is not easy to do that 5,000 beneficiaries. कुछ भी है, like I planted a tree in a road, 5,000 beneficiaries. Why? Because every passerby is a beneficiary. Please, tree ko you don't need to put more than 100 beneficiaries, even though it may be supporting 1 lakh people who is passing through that, but that number has got no meaning here. And second is man hours, that is a number of Rotarians including into number of hours. That means imagine 10 Rotarians were involved in the project and you spend 4 hours, it becomes 40 man hours, and you can write the Rotarians and Rotractors involved. And again, the option of up to 5 photographs to be added here. And when you add a photograph, I again request you, do not add those 70 mm and 10 mm wala photograph. Add the action photograph. Now there is a button here. Once you add a project, you can also select this and send it by WhatsApp to members. Why? To improve the public image. Imagine आपने एक project किया, you want that project information to be shared not only on the mobile application which automatically gets shared by WhatsApp to all the members. You can tick mark that button and a notification will go to all the members of your club with the content that you have shared. That means title, description, all the fields that you selected, and those 5 photographs and the description of that will be converted to a one single PDF and will go to your members in a WhatsApp. So advantage of that is they can imagine Gansham ji has added this project now, and I am part of that club. I didn't go for the project, but I'll say, wow, my club has done this project. Now, I want to share it to a friend of mine who might not be a Rotarian. I'll be happy to share that. So, do's and don'ts में ये important है, where you can actually do this rectification, and plus, please ensure that you share this information to the world. So let the world know about the work that is being done by your club. They'll feel good about it. Every club will feel good. Okay, एक club ने इतना project किया, देखिए, you can share it in the various clubs groups also. Now let me come out of it. Now, this what we discuss about is a community service project. Now, can you see this vocational service, international service, and new generation service? I'm sure we have all seen the manuals of Rotary, so we know it. What is in the new generation service? Go and check this. Formation of new Rotaract Club, formation of new Interact Club, formation of RCC, New Generation Service Exchange, project with an Interact Club, project with RCC, project with a Rotaract Club, or you're organizing a RILA. So something which is connected to the new generation. If you're doing anything, then you go and add it here. So do not mix this with your existing data of the community service. Same way, you go to vocational service, there is a specific list there. You can go and select it and you can actually look at this. The club is already added on the skill development program. Perfect. So now in the same way, you can actually do that. Everything is drop down is here on the vocational service. Same thing for an international service. When I click on the international service, Rotary action groups, Rotary alumni, fellowship groups, all those events which you do. Rotary youth exchange, in case you are one of the Rotarians' son is or daughter is going for a long term or a short term exchange, these are all coming in the picture of youth exchange. Or if you're supporting anybody on any child on a scholarship through TRF, so these are the structured data which is there for an international service. Do not mix this in the community service. Now, let me show you something on the public image initiative. What is a public image initiative? Understand one thing, public image initiative, can you see that there is no button of beneficiaries here? The rest everything is there, but there is no button of beneficiaries. Why? Because public image initiative is public image of not the president, it is a public image of Rotary Club or Rotary International. Imagine you're putting a nice hoarding mentioning about the four-way test of Rotary or objective of Rotary, or you're running a marathon. There is no beneficiaries in a marathon. You're doing a marathon, but in that the brand of Rotary is improved. Why? Because everybody will wear a T-shirt of Rotary Club there, and it has been shared. Here there is no beneficiary. The beneficiary is only one. That is Rotary. It can be my club or it can be Rotary International or my district. So public image initiative, whether a nice article of your club is published in the newspaper, whether you are doing a chowk, in the chowk you have a Rotary wheel there, or in the entrance of your city or a town or a village, you have a nice board called as Rotary Club of Agartala welcomes you to Agartala city. So that means it's a public image of Rotary. That's the branding where normally the Lions Club is very active, the JCC is very active in all those places where normally the boards are there. I'm sure Rotary is also active in a lot of places. So these things are not benefit. There is no beneficiary there. Its beneficiary is Rotary. So here you can use this tool and add the beneficiaries here. Now there is a proper regional team by the Rotary International called as Regional Public Image Coordinator and Assistant Regional Public Image Coordinator, and plus in the district there is a District Public Image Coordinator. So these people collect this information and they also discuss about it, how many projects are done in the district 3141, in the district 3142, in the district 3131, in the district 3020. Why? Because they would like to know how many clubs are doing the project on public image. So earlier we did not have this module, we enabled this module where you can actually Pinky ji, you are not able to hear the voice I'm saying. I want to know whether everybody else are able to hear. Pranav, are you able to hear my voice?
Yeah, yeah, very clear.
Yeah, so that means Pinky, Raj, I think there's a problem in the network in your side. So the audio is clear here. Yeah, Venkat also is able to hear my voice clearly. So you are able to hear. So it's very clear in this part where public image initiatives, public image of Rotary, it is not a public image of a member. So Narendra Rao ka birthday is not a public image, or celebration of a doctor's day is not a public image. That's in the club service. And all those community service projects. That means I'm helping one child either by money or by giving a saving machine or a cycle or helping her in a prosthetic hand or giving her anything which is going to be beneficial to her or him. He is a community service. Vocation service is you're training someone so that they can become independent. New generation is all your interact, rotract, and RILAs. International services again connected there. The proper list is there. Then comes public image where you are improving the public image of Rotary International in various ways, either by the chalk, either by the board, either by the entire process. So now this is what is the thing